Okay, welcome to a Tuesday night shiur. This week is Parashat Korach. Now, everyone knows, first of all, we have to understand something. Every portion that we have in the Torah, there's a hidden message behind it trying to tell us something. It's not just Korach, he was the cousin of Moshe, he got upset, he fought with him, the ground swallowed him, have a nice day. That's not why we read the Torah. God doesn't really care about the story. Because there's hundreds of stories in the Torah that the Midrash brings that are not even inside the Torah. Like the story I'm about to tell you. Of how Korach really became crazy. Who was Korach? I'm going to explain to you. Korach was the eldest of the cousins of the tribe of Levi. Why is it important? I'm going to tell you. Who are the leaders of the Jewish people when they got out of Mitzrayim? Moshe and his brother and the whole tribe of Levi. They were considered the leaders of the Jewish people. What happened? Everyone got upset. How come Moshe and Aaron, which are two brothers, are taking all the kavod, the respect for themselves? It's not fair, right? What kind of nonsense is this? So Korach, which was the cousin of Moshe, said, enough's enough. What is this that you're doing? You're taking all the respect. Pass it down. Don't be selfish. That's what he was saying. That's what he was saying. But let's understand the message. Now I'm going to tell you the story that most people don't know. There's a midrash between about two women. And this is why I said the title of this shiur is who really rules, the man or the woman? Who is really the ruler? Now every man over here is going to say, hey, Rabbi, why are you putting us on the spot? Because we know you like to talk that the women are always the best. Yeah. And all the women are getting excited. But today, we're going to pop that bubble for both of you. And I'm going to explain to you how. When the Jewish people were separated, the tribe of Levi, between who's going to be Kohanim and who's going to be Leviim, the Leviim had a task. What was their task? They needed to shave every single hair off their body. Don't ask me why, that's not the point of the subject. Everything, even the eyelashes and the eyebrows and every hair that you can imagine.
They had no beard?
Nothing. So what happened? Korach comes home one day and just can imagine what his wife is going to do, seeing a whole bald man. She freaked out. She said, what the hell's wrong with you? Are you psychotic? You know what she said? He said, Moshe Rabbeinu told me to shave my head. He told me to do this. So we all did it. We all were excited to do it. Something new, men with no hair. Yeah, they were all excited. So Korach's wife started. Again, it always starts from the woman. You see, this man is making you crazy. He doesn't respect you. You're the oldest cousin in the family. He treats you like a piece of garbage. You're the richest man over here. Korach was the richest person in the desert. He was so rich, the Midrash says, I think he needed 15 donkeys just to carry the keys of his safes, of all of the gold and silver that he had. Imagine how rich this man was. 15 donkeys to carry keys, not one key each donkey. Thousands of keys for each donkey. He had plenty of them. That's not the point. He was very wealthy. He did a lot of cash advance, to say it like that. And that's it. He went crazy. He bugged out and he said, I had enough. My wife is right. This Moshe, he's psychotic. He's retarded. He's mental. I don't want to deal with this guy. So he got up and he built a small army, around 250 people. And who was part of this army? All the rebellions. all the people that like to do janganozi, you know, all those people in the family you have, they're always talking to each other, whispering to each other, you know, that little group, you just gotta eradicate them, God forbid. But you gotta just knock some sense into their head. And who was part of it? 2 tribes. The tribe of Levi and the tribe of Reuven. Why Reuven? As we all know, the oldest of the 12 brothers was who? Reuven. And Reuven got very upset. Why? Because the tribe of Reuven had to receive everything. They had to receive kingdomship, they had to receive priesthood, they had to receive the Torah, and instead they received nothing. Because of the mistake that Reuven did, his kids and him got punished that they shouldn't receive anything. Now everyone's going to ask why, because of his mistake, his kids have to suffer. We'll talk about that later in the shiur. So they got up with Korach and they said, yes, we're going to fight against Moshe. There was another man, his name was On ben Pelet. Now if I'm going to tell you the story of this man, you're going to realize how there's so many different people in this world. This On ben Pelet, you should know something. All the people that fought against Moshe Rabbeinu, they were very big scholars. They weren't just simple people. They were people that knew things. And they had a reason why they were fighting against Moshe. I'm not going to tell you the deep mystical reason to it because we're going to get off to a different tangent. But they thought what they were doing is right. Especially Korach. Korach saw from him that one day he's going to have a grandchild that's going to be greater than Moshe and Aaron. And who was that? Shmuel HaNavi. Shmuel HaNavi is the descendant of Korach. And so he thought he was doing right. He said, listen, I'm doing right. Why? Because the only way I'm going to have such a grandchild is if I'm going to be in power. Little did he know he was mistaken. So this guy, On ben Pelet, you know, they're going tomorrow to fight against Moshe. Everyone's getting excited. We're going to now take him out of his power. We're going to take all the power for ourselves. And he had a wife. And this is what we say, Isha bona v'isha oreset. She was a tzadeket. She was, you know, a good wife. You have to kiss her feet in her hands every single second of your life, if you merit, which I hope one day you should. Now what did she do? She went to her husband and she said, listen, I'm going to ask you a question. You're going with Korach, right? Yeah. Do you have any benefit? So he said, yeah, we're going to win. Okay, you win. You're with Korach. Will Korach boost your status? No. So why the heck are you getting involved? What is it to you? Why are you getting involved? It doesn't belong to you. Stop fighting. She said, anyone that fought with Moshe never succeeded. What is this to you? And like every man, what did he say? But I swore. A man is a man. He gave his word, he has to go. You know those men? He's my nigga. I gotta take his FBR, RFB, whatever the heck this crap is. I gotta take his side. He's fighting. He's gonna die. I'm gonna die with him. If he's a loch, I'm also gonna be a loch. No problem. You know those guys? So what did his wife do? Shh. What did his wife do? His wife said, I'll take care of it. She gave him wine. The Midrash says she got him drunk. Why? Because at the end of the day, a man, if he has a desire to do something, it's almost impossible to stop him. So she got him drunk and she put him to bed. And what did she do? She went outside to the courtyard and she uncovered her hair. She took off her head covering and she sat down by the door. Now why did she do that? She knew 100% if Korach would see that, he would say, this guy is a Rasha, we don't even want him part of our group. This guy is crazy. And that's what happened. They came, they saw his wife was a prutza, she was with uncovered hair. They took their stuff and they left. And within 1 hour, Korach and all those 250 people got swallowed in the ground. And On ben Pelet survived because of who? His wife. So we have 2 options here. We have 2 women. We have a woman that cares for her family and cares for her husband. And then we have a woman that cares for her pride and cares for her respect. Now let me ask you something. This goes for the men. You ladies should hear this. I think maybe they'll change their mind today. It's very possible. That's what men do. If you have on a plate, on one plate you have zinc. You know what zinc is?
No.
It's a cheap metal. You know what pennies are made out of? They're not made out of copper anymore. They're made out of zinc. They're very cheap. And on another plate you have platinum. Now platinum is the most expensive metal around right now, at least in the market. There is something higher, but yeah, titanium. But we're not talking about titanium. We're talking about now platinum, okay? So you have two plates. And on the zinc plate, you have a girl. You know, she's not the best looking. She's not. Okay? She has her defaults, whatever the case is. But she has midot. She has manners. Not manners that she's your slave. That's not, I never ever said that and never will say that. A man that thinks a woman that's gonna be, you know, when you walk already she has don't walk on that. That's not called a wife, that's called a slave. You're looking for a Thailand woman, a woman from Thailand that's gonna do that for you. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a woman that has her head on her shoulders and knows the priority in her life is her husband and her kids and the success of her family. Or you have on another plate, titanium, for those people that like to be exact. Today they want to be exact. But, you know, means to the T, it's like God created herself. God created her, mama. She's, you know, drop dead gorgeous, you know, every day, manicure, pedicure, the most expensive. She's the $1 billion girl, you know? But, oh, look at that. But, you know, she shows you she has one or two flaws, you know. She gives good attitude sometimes, but she loves you. She gives you a good time. But, you know, she has her mood swings. Honestly, which one would you go for? Don't lie to me right now. Oh, good. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting. No. Go.
Yeah, everyone because to be honest with you, I know that beauty's gonna fade. There's gonna be no sexual appeal with her after a while.
But you know what? There's
gonna be no sexual appeal with the first girl that has good beauty.
So which one? So you're being gay?
So I don't know where to go. I'm in a corner. You just covered me up.
So I'm asking you a simple question. It's a very simple question, honestly.
It's not very simple.
It is.
There's so much depth to it because you just put it simply.
I tell you why it's so simple. And 80% of you would answer. You will get the beautiful girl. That's a fact. Because when down there is thinking, up there doesn't think. That's a fact. That's a man. That's why men are dogs. Sorry, I know men don't like to hear this. I'm included in your boat. You should know that. I see. That's why I'm part of this side of the mechitza. This part, there's no men there, are dogs. That's what we do. That's exactly what we do. We like it or not. And they are the flowers. Quote unquote. Sometimes they can also act up. They're like the flowers that eat bugs. They cannot, but more or less they're like flowers. Now, I'm going to tell you how it's very simple. A girl that you see, she prioritizes others before herself will, without a doubt in my mind, she will always have that respect to you as a husband. Not as a servant, not as a master, but as a husband. She'll know exactly how to mold you, even though mold me, who the hell does she think she is? But yes, that's what it is. She will know exactly how to mold you to the proper way. Because men need that. On Ben Pela's wife could have just scram at him, "You son of a gun!" like that. Like most of you guys know how the women scream. They kind of scream like a psychomaniac, and you will say, "Yo, this BI is just retarded," and close the door and go with Korach. But what did she do? She said she rationalized it with him. She opened the field and she said, listen. You're not gonna gain anything. Why are you doing it? Oh, you're not here for the story. I'm gonna repeat this. I'm gonna repeat the story for you.
Nah, what's your lecture?
No. I'll tell you why I'm gonna repeat it. This whole shiur was really made for you guys, for my alumni. Apparently, Baruch Hashem, it exploded. I'll repeat the story very fast. Korach one day came home fully bald. His wife saw him, freaked out. He said, Moshe Rabbeinu told me to get bald, and she said, this guy is crazy. Why do you listen to him? So he went crazy and went against him. Done. That's one story. Now there's this guy called On Ben Pele, which also went to the side of Korach, and his wife proved him how he has no gain in going to the side of Korach, and she made him go to sleep in order for them not to come pick him up to go fight with Moshe, because she was a smart wife. But what did she do? She made him realize what he's doing. She didn't jump on him like a hyena. She didn't jump on him like a psychomaniac. She said, let's take it out. I have this all the time. At least, Baruch Hashem, not anymore. At least in the beginning of my marriage. Anytime I had an issue with my wife, we should take out a piece of paper, her and I know it's like first grade, Rabbi, what's wrong with you? But this is the only way that works. Take out a piece of paper, and we used to write the pro and cons, because let's say we got into an argument, the pro and cons why we're in this argument. And then we realized that it was the most stupidest thing in the world and there's no point of arguing. But what worked? Not screaming at each other like crazy people, like most people already know how it is. But instead to sit down and to have a normal conversation, an A and B conversation. That's what works. Now Korach, you should know something. Anytime there's an argument, there's a fight, there's a dispute, if it's between friends, if it's between parents, if it's between relatives, you have to make it in all of your power not to interfere. And it's the worst case, and I know this from first-hand experience, especially when your parents are fighting and they put you in the middle. Who's right? Why do you do that to me? Because if I'm going to say my mother's right, my dad's going to chop off my head. And if I say my dad's right, my mom's going to be pissed at me for the next 5 years. And she's always going to remind me that I went on his side and then on her side. So why are you getting me involved? And that's why whenever you get to a certain situation, because there's no one that's ever right in a fight. Because everyone in an argument has something called self-interest. Korach, when he started the fight, he only cared about himself. That's why the pasuk says, Vayikach Korach. It doesn't say Vayikhu Korach and so on and so forth. It says in singular form. To show you when there's an argument, you only care about yourself at that moment. Yeah, you wouldn't mind if you have a whole army against you, with you. But you only care about yourself. And think about, in your personal lives, whenever you got into a fight with someone, and it was a whole group, it started from one common denominator. It's one thing that you cared about yourself. There was no group. Not only that, when Korach started to fight with Moshe, Korach was a tzaddik. You know what one of his claims was? And I'm going to tell you why I'm saying this. As much as you do for your parents, it's never good enough. My dad asked me to get him mezuzah cases. Wasn't good enough. Now, this mezuzah case, I don't have the actual mezuzah, and I apologize. There was a big machlok in the time of Korach and Moshe. Do you have to put a mezuzah on your door or not? Imagine until where did they fight? They fought about the mezuzah, goddammit. Can you imagine? What did Korach say? Korach said, listen, if you have books in your house, you don't need a mezuzah. Why? Why do we put the mezuzah? Does anyone know? Protection. It protects you from all the mazikim, all the negative energy. I have books in my house. Why do I need this? The biggest protection is those books. Those books are more valuable than the mezuzah. I don't need it. What did Moshe Rabbeinu say? It doesn't make a difference how many books you have. You need to have a mezuzah. Now you're going to ask me, why am I telling you this? Why is this relevant? This is a very boring thing you're telling me, and I'm going to tell you why. The Lubavitch Rebbe, which is your tzaddik on Shabbos, he said something very interesting, and I think I have to share it to you. You see, people, especially in the religious crowd, they're very selfish. Very. They only care about themselves. Me. If I'm good, I don't care about my neighbor. If my kids are keeping Torah mitzvot, I don't care about my cousins. If I'm good, I don't care about my father. I don't care about my mother. Yeah, the religious world has a very big problem. Very big problem in the yeshivish world. They only care about themselves. Korach, you know what he was saying? Very simple. Why do I care about the public? I'm doing well. I'm fine the way I am. Why are you going crazy about the Jewish people? You know what Moshe Rabbeinu was saying? What is worth all the books you have in your house if you don't know how to go out to the people and help them? The mezuzah has to be in the front, not because to help you from all the negative energy. It's to remind the people that we're here to help you. I'm going to tell you a small story about the Lubavitch Rebbe. I heard this today. I was crying. I was literally in tears. My old counselor from Laman Achai, 2 days you were there. I was there for many years. He sent me this clip. Now I'm not a Chabadnik. I'm not. But I love them very much. Personal teachings and so on and so forth. There was one time, a kid, he was I think in 2nd grade. If this would happen nowadays, they would put him on pills, this kid. Now this kid, forget about it. No one could control him. Too bad there was no Laman Achai back then. This kid, forget about it. He got kicked out of over 100 schools. Every teacher hated him. He hated the school. So this mother, miskena already, woman, you don't know how much they have to deal with. Men, they're dogs. They're so selfish. They're selfish. Women have to deal with such nonsense but so relevant things. And I'm going to give you an example. This woman, she said, I can't anymore with my son. I can't. I give up hope. I can't. So what does she do? She brings the child to who? To the Lubavitch Rebbe. Now imagine an old man. He's in his 60s. You think he has time to care about little kids? But listen to what happened. She goes to the Rebbe, to the Lubavitch Rebbe, and she's crying. She's saying, Rabbi, my son, I don't know where he came from, who he is. I think they made a mistake in the hospital. And she's just going at it. And the Rebbe's looking and laughing. And he turns to the boy. At 2nd grade, how old is he? 8 years old. 7 years old. He looks at the kid. He says, do you like school? And this boy is saying this story. And this boy says he was ready to attack the rabbi. Before actually the Rebbe asked him the question, he said, you're the rabbi? Imagine going to the Gadol Ador and say, you're that rabbi that my mother wants me to speak to? You know how you go to the therapy, you're the therapist, you're the doctor? So imagine he goes to the rabbi, he says, you're that rabbi? And the Lubavitch Rebbe says, do you like school? He says, I hate school. Despise it. I wish I can burn down all the schools. He's saying what he said when he was 8 years old. So he says, do you like your teachers? I hate them too. I hope they all drop dead. He said that. And the Lubavitch Rebbe goes and asks his final question. He says, do you listen to your mother? He says, no. Why should I listen to her? And the Lubavitch Rebbe smiled and looked at the mother and said, this kid is saying the truth. More than that, what do you want? Look at the good of your child. He's saying the truth. The biggest gift you can have is a child saying the truth. And the kid got shocked. He was waiting for the rabbi to take his hand and to smack him across the face. Instead, what did the Rebbe do? He looked at the positive of the child. He said, that child, he's not crazy. Those teachers are crazy. Those teachers have to be on all those pills. The kid is saying the truth. He even admitted he doesn't listen to you. And he doesn't like you as a mother. And the child said when he heard those words from the rabbi, he changed his life. He just said, this rabbi understands me. Nothing's wrong with me. Everything's wrong with everybody else. No, I'm just joking. That's not what the kid said. It's not insanity. I tell you why. Can I be a little open with you?
Yeah, for all these people.
I asked permission.
Well, what is it
I'm going to tell you what it's about, then you're going to know.
Oh, the camera's out.
So I'm going to tell it to you anyways. Why was our school more successful than any other school? You don't even have to answer it, and you know the
I
answer.
didn't know myself. I don't know why I did what I did. I just did it.
Because you knew you can be open over here and not over there. You knew you can go to Rabbi and say, Rabbi, I need to leave school early because I got to get A, B, C, and D for A, B, C, and D. Or I need to something because, or what's the tikkun for this sin or that sin? That's why you were successful over there and not in any other of the 9 schools or 100 schools that you've been to. Because you know how to say, I have a certain issue and I need help. I want help. And when every other person spat on your face and knocked you down and put stumbling blocks on your feet, you came back to them and you showed them how you can learn a sugya in the Gemara, and you showed them how you know halakha, and you showed them that you daven, and you showed them that you're the best you can be because someone gave me a chance. You understand? And that's not only you. That goes to me as well. When I was in school, and you know the story, you see this table had a higher IQ than me. This table is smarter than me when I was in high school, at least the first year of my high school. Until I didn't find a Rebbe that I knew I can annoy him and he wouldn't get annoyed. And if it would be, I would call him at 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock. Rabbi Kleiman used to call him at 4 o'clock in the morning. And you know, he didn't say, hello, like he was up, like he never even went to sleep. 4 o'clock in the morning. And he used to say, please go to sleep for an hour, wake up, don't forget to do Negavasa because tomorrow you got to be in yeshiva at 7 o'clock. But he was there to talk to me for hours. And that's what Korach was missing. Korach was missing that healthy relationship between him and his wife. Because all the time he was thinking about who? Himself. Druzia, let's go out, shashlik choneh, ochet choneh, let's drink, my shell, let's play sheshbesh, all this stupid garbage. And then his wife really didn't care about him. She cared about herself. She said, I hope this guy dies already. Why are you bold? You already don't give me any affection. Now you're karachat. Let you also die. And she made the whole balagan. But we have another woman, and his name was On Ben Pele, and he had a healthy relationship with his spouse. His spouse, he knew how to give affection, not physical affection to all you men out there, but emotional affection. I guarantee it to you. I can make a bet right now, $1 million. The guy can look worse than, I don't know, the ugliest dude in the world, and he can go out with the most beautiful woman in the world and she can fall in love with him, and just on one condition, just one. If you talk to her on the phone without you guys meeting face to face for 1 whole month straight, just on the phone, no picture exchange, none of that. So that means she doesn't know how you look like. That's why I'm saying that.
She doesn't know anymore.
Yeah. And you know how to talk. You have that sweet tongue, you know, like a nachash, like a snake. And she falls in love with you for your mouth. You can look, I don't know, like the most ugliest man. I promise you, guaranteed, eyes closed, she'll marry you. Because at the end of the day, all those looks, all of those stuff is BS. It's one load of garbage. Garbage, 100%. Because what? What's going to happen already? You're going to get excited the first time, the first month, the first year. But let's say she's a machshefa, a witch. You know Wizard of Oz, the green witch? You know, when I was a kid, my sister took me to a concert of Wizard of Oz. I couldn't sleep for a year. I was a little kid. Who said that? Yeah, psychological, in your brain, you have the power to make something that's not real into real. That's why all the phobias come out. What's a phobia really? It doesn't exist. Yeah, but it doesn't exist. Why is it there? Because in your brain you created that phobia. Men, of their tralalando, whatever they think is enjoyment, you can be the biggest tzaddik outside, you can wear the longest jacket, the biggest beard, everything. You know who's gonna knock on your door? Same thing. Tzaddiket snua. You marry with her for 1 day, she's gonna give you mar mavet, hell on the face of the earth.
You're asking me, you're meant to go against their nature. It's a desire to want to. Whatever you're saying.
That's why we are living on the face of the earth. We are living on this earth because we have to fight that desire. Do you understand?
That just sex, that desire,
Well, I don't know why you're running to sex automatically, but
that's the desire that I was referring to. I don't know which word. I'm not saying.
I was referring to that too. I just don't want to be so specific because.
Why not? This is an open sure.
Okay, I'll be specific. You want to be specific? We'll be specific. You want to be specific? No problem. We'll be specific. Right. All right. When you talk about sex, let's go. Listen. Yeah, you ready? If I'm going specific, it's going all out. It's going all out. Okay. I'm not sure if I should. This is the parsha. This is definitely the parsha.
Specific with the parsha, nothing to do with any individual.
Oh, you got scared.
Not that I was scared. I had a phobia.
Oh, you had a phobia. Cruella DeVille waking up in the bed next to you. Right? Yeah, it's not funny. But remember, I wish to everyone here only good. I do, because I know really every single person here only wants good for themselves. Even though they do the freakiest things. Even though they do the weirdest things, and they don't even know why they do it. They don't. Because after they do it, they think, shoot, why'd I do that? I know you want to do good. Not you. I'm sorry I'm looking at you. But everyone. You just got to learn how to face that peer pressure. On Ben Pele was under peer pressure until his wife knocked him out of it. His wife said, no, my dude, you're not going. You are my husband. I'm making sure you're not falling into that trap. Now, woman, let me explain to you. You're not that free over here. Don't think you're on flowers and that's it. You know what I mean? You got a job. You should know something. Men follow you like dogs. So if you're gonna go jump, they're gonna jump so high they're gonna even miss you. That's how high they're gonna jump. That's the problem. The woman lead the men to do stupidity.
What's her
job?
What's her job? Manipulate.
To be flowers. No. Not to be the fly trap. To be a flower.
What's our job? Run after them?
Do you understand? A man will do. I guarantee it to you. I'm not going to say it in public. I guarantee it to you. Especially in this age that you're not already 14, 13, that the guys just want to do shtiyot. But a man that is serious, mamash serious, here, 20s, 30s, listen, not 30s, God forbid, but in their 20s, right? And if a guy really likes a girl, right? He will, and she says, listen, I'm too good for you, habibi. No, I've seen it. If you really like something and you really want it, would you not go strong for it? So why are you giving me going behind the bushes right now? If you really like this girl and you know she's hot on the market, meaning once she reaches a certain age, she's gone. She's done. There are 100 men that want her because she's that good. You're not going to try your best to go get her first. Not that a woman are a piece of meat. I'm not trying to say it that way. Just, I'm going to tell you why I'm saying this. Women, good girls are very, very rare. Unfortunately. They're rare. And when the good girls are out there, everyone wants a piece of them. And you see, like, what I always tell my students, get married as not as young as possible, but when you're ready, but don't wait till you're 26, 27, because who's already left at 26, 27? Or some girl's gonna say, oh, what's wrong with me? I'm 23, 24, 25, yada, yada, yada. You're gonna give me home Megillah right now. But majority of them get out very young. They do, it's a fact. And unfortunately, you don't want to be left with, God forbid, those girls that, whatever, they did what they did, now please take me. Because that's what ends up happening. Now, if you really, men are not perfect and women are not perfect, you're right, but listen, if you find a girl that you really like, she's 19, 20, you're telling me you're not going to grow kahunas and you're not going to go and say, I want it, I'm going to achieve it? That's it. So why do you think he's going too strong at it?
Because you can't do it the way you play it off. You wouldn't show her that you're going strong at it. That's not how you could.
Forever, a woman will play hard to get.
Okay.
It doesn't make a difference if you go coochie poochie or if you really go mamash strong. She will always play hard. Hello. She will always play hard to get. It's her nature. It's her nature to feel wanted. Do you not understand? A woman always want to feel that they're wanted. So you can give the most affection or the least affection, they'll still ask for more of it. Why? Because their natures they want. And your nature is to give. So when you tell me, why are you going so hard at it? Why not? Let me say something. This is what, you see, I'm going to tell you something. When I was going out with my wife, even though we were very young, my wife always used to tell me, listen, it's never going to work out. Never. She said it straight up to me. She said, don't waste your time. Now, whoever knows me personally, no one ever tells me I'm not going to get something I want. It's not happening. I want her, I'm going to get her. I don't give a damn. The earth, the ground can fall, change colors, I can drown. I'm going to come back to life, I'm going to get it. That's my teva. I will get it. And actually, I told her, the fact that she told me that we're never going to be made me want to get it even more. And you know what? That's what made her at the end say, this guy is a man and not a... Do you understand? Because even with all those obstacles on the way, I'm too good for you, my parents will never like you, and so on. And yeah, she used to say to me every day, imagine every day, you would just want to hear something good. Yeah, listen, I don't think it's going to work out,
Why would she say that every day?
Whatever the case was.
No, I'm not saying don't come off hard. I'm saying come off
Now
hard.
you're changing slowly.
No. I said come off hard. Don't show it to them because you should always keep your...
You're wrong.
You should always come...
I disagree.
Yourself.
I'm not saying your last name because you're on camera.
I know you.
I'm gonna...
Only when you said my first name in the first.
I'm not saying the last name. I'm gonna ask the woman. Not on you specifically, but let them be the judges, not me. Because again, you see, at the end of the day, this part, okay, Usher's a little bit out, but this part can't talk.
Before you ask them,
yes, go.
I just like to say one thing. You know how why I say guys should flirt? Because human beings, we have that sense of we have that goof. What is that? That's the animalistic soul.
I love Yoshua. You should know something. Yoshua is gonna go straight to hell. You wanna know why? You wanna know why? For a person that knows so much, a person that's so smart, so strong and great, but purposely giving excuses why he doesn't want to achieve his greatness, purposely giving excuses for not being great that you are, you're going to hell. Don't worry, there's going to be a Chabad house there.
I'm already in hell. It's no different.
Wrong. If you're in this shiur, you're not in hell. Fight with me. That's what happens when you don't call me on an everyday basis. You should learn from your friend Eliezer.
I call you
Eliezer! Eliezer is in Eretz Yisrael. He calls me every single day. Every day. Okay, go. Also Yonatanov, yeah. Go. What don't you understand? Okay, let me ask the woman. Okay, let me ask the woman. Yeah, can I ask you guys a question? Now, I know there's going to be some that's going to say yes and some that's going to say no. But majority. We're going to go by majority. Do the women like it when the guy says straight up to the face, yes, I like you, let's go out, so on? Or they like the guy that's gonna not play hard to get, you look good, that conversation?
No.
Yes or yes to what? No to what?
Yes, I like it when I
Straight up.
Yes,
No?
No one's saying beat around the bush. Be
straight up
straightforward.
makes it seem like you're forever by myself.
No, if they're fighting for it, the girl wants it.
Not in the beginning, I barely know you were talking about.
Yeah, but you'll never know anyone. You think you'll know them better if they'll flirt with you?
No, I'm saying like...
Not flirt. Again, flirting is healthy, but I'm saying, you think you'll know them better if they'll play a whole circle around you?
No.
And actually...
I'm not saying play a circle, I'm not saying to be like in my face.
I thought... Wait. I thought you girls were feminists. You guys have to actually be the exact opposite. You're the girls that have to say, I want you to tell me straight up.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to beat around the bush. When someone doesn't hey, focus. Pick that camera up, it fell. When a guy, listen to men, this is men, I'm a man, I'm telling you how men think. If a man will beat around the bushes towards a woman, he doesn't respect you. He wants to play around with you. That's it. That's the fact. If a guy really serious is going to say, listen, girl, not girl, but whatever, let's go out. Or, I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
But that's not going around the bush.
Well, let's say their parents are the way.
Wait, I'm not talking about parents right now. Do you understand? You heard what they answered? I think even 100% of them said they like it when you're direct.
Can I tell you why half of them said that? Because they don't want to come off in a certain way.
That's not true.
They're not scared of me. I'm not a rabbi. I'm like their brother. How about that? There's nothing to be scared about. You understand? There's no. I'm not Freddy Krueger for you. You understand? Shh, relax. You understand? The girls like it when you are direct. They like it better like that. Trust me, Yoshua. I'm telling you this. They like it. They like it when you're direct. Now, why am I telling you this? I'll tell you why I'm telling you this. I'm going to tell this both to the guys and to the girls. Don't say tomorrow's another day. Don't say tomorrow I'll have a chance. You see something right now, you got to grab it. I'm not talking about only between guys and girls. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about anything in life. I'm going to tell you guys a story. And with this we're going to finish. Wow, it's very late. With this I'm going to finish. In 2003, yeah, you guys were already born, most of you, if not all of you. You were 1 year old. In 2003, I don't know if you guys know a little history. In Israel, there was the first Intifada. I'm gonna say, I'm getting to it. The first Intifada was when the Muslims used to go and blow up themselves in the middle of Jewish towns. They would go to the buses and imagine a whole Jewish bus. Boop, bye bye. Everyone there dead. He was laughing about the boop. Relax. Okay? It's called Intifada. Now what happened? I'll tell you something. In 2003, there were 2 people out of 13 on a bus going home from the Kotel back to Yerushalayim Ir HaKodesh, to the old city, on bus number 2. There was a kid, his name was Benjamin Bergerman. He was 15 years old. He went to Yerushalayim to get tested on 70 different dapim in the Gemara of Tosfot. If you girls or guys don't know what that is, that's complicated, complex questions and answers in the Gemara. Something that takes people maybe a lifetime to learn. He was 15 years old and he achieved it, and he went to get tested on it. Now on that bus there was also another person. Rabbi Yaakov Binder. His name was Rabbi Yaakov Binder. Now this Rabbi Yaakov Binder, I want you guys to know something. Don't think, I know some of you are going to birthright soon. Don't think you're going to Israel, you're going to a land full of just Judaism. You actually see the gay parade flag more than you'll see anything Jewish in that country. Unfortunately, I'm saying that. This is our country, but I'm telling you a fact. And over there's a lot of issues with the youth. Much more and much worse than in America. Much. If you guys think you guys have it bad, over there it's 1,000 times worse. 1,000. I'm not over-exaggerating. So this Rabbi Yaakov Binder was going to Yerushalayim to speak to a couple of big scholars to get their advice how we can help the youth. Because unfortunately, also in this community, there's too much activities for the seniors, for the 40-year-olds, for the 5-year-olds, but there's nothing for the teens. There isn't. Besides few selected shiurs like this one and maybe another program here there's nothing for you guys. Nothing. It's very rare. So these 2 people, They went and they got tested and they spoke to the rabbi. And 20 minutes later, that bus blew up and they died. I'm going to ask you a question. Did they succeed in their mission or not?
No.
And the answer is yes. That bus blew up after they spoke to the people. Now I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to live in this earth for how many years already? 70, the Talim says. If you're lucky, 80. If you're more lucky, 90, which I don't wish on anyone if he's not healthy. To live in this earth and not be healthy, it's better not to live. To rely on people, not to live. Better not to live, but to know you live by yourself, with your own power. You're going to die one day, and I'm going to die, and everyone here is going to die. You're going to go up there. They're going to say, Yoshua, I gave you everything. Everything you need, I gave you. What'd you do with your life? What are you going to say? I wanted to flirt. I wanted to have sex. Is that what you're going to say? What are you going to say? I wanted to look like a prutza. I wanted to do nuts new things. Is that what you're going to answer? Is that the right answer? Because in fact, the reality is you don't want to do bad. Because if you're here today in the shiur, you don't want to do bad. You don't want to do it. Stop beating behind the bushes. You have a potential. You have a job. You came on this earth because you have a job. And if you're not going to achieve this job, you're going to come back. And you're going to go through your hell life again. You want to go through that again? I don't want to go through it. So why are we beating the bushes? Why are we not going and actually doing what we have to do? It's not that hard. You just got to take all those bad influence people around you and say, go yourselves, because I have to live my life and not live a life for you. I need to live my life. My name is Usher. I have to live the life of Usher right now. And not the life of John. Because John is not going to help me. He's not going to give me. He's just going to use me and abuse me until I can't give him any more. There's always that one friend in the group that never makes it. Never. Because he was that friend that was so nice, waited for everyone to get married and get successful, and now he's all alone. Do you understand? So the next time people are going to come and say, this issue, that issue, you're right, you have the issue. Because you have the issue, you have to throw everything away. Those issues you have to make you stronger. You have to strive. You have to strive because of those issues. Those issues make you strong. Imagine going to a boxing game and there's only one contestant. That game would never sell. Doesn't make a difference who's fighting. So when after you're 120 and they're going to ask you this question, I promise you, they're going to play this clip. This clip, this last 5 minutes that we had, they're going to say Mr. A, B, and C. Both for the guys and for the girls, they're going to say, there was one crazy rabbi, and this is his video. And he warned you and he told you. What did you do about it? Did you only care for yourself? Or did you go out there and help?